So are you a homosexual?
I would describe myself as a man who's explored his bisexual tendencies.
My guest today is Lama Jigme Gyatsu. Pretty close, right?
Pretty close.
And he called himself a liberal, controversial Buddhist monk, healer, and meditation teacher. Thank you so much for being with me.
You're totally welcome.
I have so many questions for you. My first question is, you say that you're bisexual too?
Yes, but I'm not a very good bisexual.
Not a very good one.
No, I prefer women.
But you mess around with men and women?
In the past, I experimented with that.
So in the past, you had sex with men? So are you a homosexual?
I would describe myself as a man who's explored his bisexual tendencies. And he's currently in love with, and involved in a heterosexual relationship.
What would happen if that desire for a man came up while being in a relationship now? Would you leave the woman and go be with the man?
That's an excellent question. And the answer is, you can be in a relationship with a woman and see another woman and you develop a crush on her and yet choose strategically to do nothing about that crush.
Right.
We don't have to be led like a bull by the ring in its nose.
Right. Are you a man?
I'd like to think so.
And what is a man?
A man feels the same spectrum of the full spectrum of human emotions, but he's not a slave to them. And he's able, in the midst of his experience, he maintains a modicum of self-control, a modicum of compassion, and a modicum of insight.
Do you feel like a man or a woman?
That's a good question. I wouldn't know. In this lifetime, I've only been a man. So I have no frame of reference of what it feels like to be a woman. Although, I suspect it's harder to be a woman than a man just because men, such as myself, can be idiots.
Are women smarter than men?
Some subjectively, to me, it definitely feels that way at times.
In what way?
I'd say that when men experience genius, it tends to be for one or two specific things, or three at the most. I found that women's genius is spread over more things at more times.
And who is God?
That doesn't really enter into my metaphysics.
Really? And do you believe in Jesus Christ? Well, I know you don't believe.
That does not enter into my metaphysics.
Oh, okay.
So
how about good and evil? Is there good and evil?
Where humility embraces vulnerability, hubris embraces defensiveness. And one of the ways we fix the blame outside ourselves is by blaming it on an etheric entity, or a celestial being, or a fallen celestial being.
So you don't believe there's good and evil?
It isn't that I believe in it or believe in it, it's just that I've got my hands full working on me. And I can see we live in an interdependent universe and there are outside influences. Everything affects everything, but...
But because you're not answering my question, I don't understand what you're saying.
You're a smart guy. I think you need to give yourself the benefit of the doubt.
Let me ask this. You have back pain right now, right?
I do.
Why? And you're a healer.
I do.
Why don't you heal yourself?
Well, that's an excellent question. And I will, like a Jew, I will answer your question with a question. How many thoracic surgeons do you know who perform their own bypass?
But I don't know, but why don't you heal? You can't heal yourself, but you can heal others?
Sometimes.
But not yourself?
Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't.
Oh, I see, but not of the back pain.
A wise man can recognize his limitations without being threatened by them.
Did you have fun?
It's been very invigorating.
You want some Tylenol?
No thanks, Tylenol makes me cranky. Oy vey.